Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, welcome you all in Pakistan International School Type Virtual Learning System. Today is our lecture number 33 for grade second year students, boys and girls. I am Mrs. Rosia Imran, your mathematics teacher. Chapter number 3, I already started, and exercise 3.1 I already discussed with you in previous lecture. Today I'll start exercise 3.2, and I told you that before starting this exercise you must memorize the formulas which are given on page number 125. It will help you to solve the question and it will help you to solve this complete chapter. So exercise 3.2, before starting this exercise, again I'm going to discuss some theorems with you and some important integral that already given on page number 125. Theorem on antiderivative. For example, if some constant multiply with function, when you take derivative, so that coefficient will be considered is constant, it will write outside the integration, and you will take only the integration of the function, that f of x dx, where c is constant. Okay. Similarly, if you have two functions that are adding or subtracting, for both functions, if two functions are adding or subtracting, for example, f of x plus gx or f of x minus gx, in both cases, first you take the derivative of the first function. If plus signs, you put plus sign and derivative of the second function. Similarly, if minus sign, so you will write integration of the first function minus integration of the second function. Now some important integral. I told you that if something is in the power in derivative, so what will you do in derivative? The power will come in the coefficient, and from power you subtract 1. That is the derivative. But in integration, when you take the anti derivative or integration, so what will you do? The power, in the power you will add 1, and the same power you divide by the function. Come to question number 1. Question number 1 is evaluate the following indefinite integrals. You have given these integrals, you have given these parts, you have total um, 11 parts in this. Some parts I'll discuss with you and some you will do it by yourself. If you look at the first part, in first part what you have given, that take the integral of 3x square minus 2x plus 1 dx. I told you if something is in the coefficients, you write it outside the integral sign, and it will come as it is, no change, x square dx, and here again minus 2 will come outside the integral, x dx, and plus 1, for 1 you write it 1 here, dx. Now in integration is the inverse process of derivation. In derivation, you subtract from the power. In integration, you add in the power. So in the power, you add 1. So 2 plus 1, the same power you will divide. That is the method of integration. Minus 2 as it is. And in x, power is 1. So in power 1 will be added. The same power you divide. And for constant 1, x will come with that. So x and plus c. C is the constant which will come with each integration when you take the integration. Now x power 3 will come, 2 plus 1 3, and here x power 2 will come, 1 plus 1 2, and x as it is, and c is the constant of integration. It will come with each value which you integrate. This c is the constant of integration. When you integrate any value, so this c will come with each. This is the constant of integration. Okay, so this 3 will cancel with 3, you get x cube, and this 2 will cancel with 2, you get minus x square plus x plus c. So this is the required answer. Now come to the second part. In second part, you have given under root x plus 1 over under root x. So under root x, you write it in form of power, x power 1 over 2, and this 1 over under root x, you take it in the numerator, x power minus 1 over 2. Now you integrate the first term plus second term. So rule of integration, power in power 1 will be added, the same power will divide, in power 1 will be added, the same power will divide, and this c will come, that is the constant of integration. So 1 over 2 plus 1, we will get 3 over 2. Same in the denominator, 1 over 2 plus 1, 3 over 2. And here minus 1 over 2 plus 1. If from 1 you subtract 1 over 2, so you get 1 over 2. 1 over 2 in the denominator. You know that if something is in the denominator, it will come in the numerator. So 2 over 3 x power 3 over 2. And here 2 will come in the coefficient of x power 1 over 2 plus c. So this is the required answer. Now come to the third part. In third part, you have given x multiply with under root x plus 1. So first you multiply, after that you integrate. So this is x power 1 over 2. So when x multiply with x power 1 over 2, you know that when the same variables multiply, their power will be added. Here the power is 1. So 1 plus 1 over 2, we get x power 3 over 2. And x multiply 1 is x. Now you take the integration of the first term and integration of the second term. When you take the integration of the first term, so in power 1 will be added, the same will come in the denominator, and here x power 1, so 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1, and c is the constant of integration. So 3 over 2 plus 1, when you take LCM, you will get 5 over 2, same in the denominator, 5 over 2, and x square over 2 plus c. So this 2 is divide here. When if something is in the denominator, it will come in the numerator. So 2 over 5 x power 5 over 2 plus x square over 2 plus c is the required answer. Some important integral: if you have ax plus b power n plus 1, you know that its derivative is the power will come in coefficient, and from power you subtract 1, and then you take the further derivative of ax plus b, which is equal to a, and for b 0. So when you taking integral, so what will happen? That is for the derivative. When you take integral, you know that ax plus b power n plus 1, you take the integral on both sides. So this one, dx will cancel with dx, and d cancel with the integral sign. N plus 1 is a coefficient, and a is also coefficient, so it will come outside the integral sign. And from power ax plus b, 1 will be added, n plus 1, and n plus 1, same, divide here. So this n plus 1 and n plus 1 cancel. So you will get, it means that in derivation, when you take the derivative having some power, the power will come in coefficient. From power you subtract 1, and then you take the further derivative which multiply with that value. But in integration, what will happen when you have such type of value? In power 1 will be added, the same power will come in the denominator, then you take the derivative without power, that derivative will come in the denominator. In derivation, it will come in the multiplication, and in integration it will come in the division. Look at this question. From this question you can easily understand. Here you have 2x plus 3 power 1 over 2. When you take integration, in power 1 will be added, the same power will divide, and then without power you take its derivative. Remember, in integration, if you have such type of value, so without power you take its derivative. So 2x derivative is 2 and 3 derivative is 0. So 2, this 2 will not come in multiplication. In derivation it will come in multiplication, but integration it will come in the division. So 1 over 2 plus 1, that is 3 over 2 into 2. 2 and 2 cancel. So you get 1 over 3 into 2x plus 3 power 3. Or C will come with each integrated value. That is the constant of integration. Now come to the next question. Here you have given under root x plus 1 whole square. So you open it with whole square formula. You know that a plus b whole square is a square plus 2ab plus b square. So a square under root x square plus 2ab, 2 into under root x into 1 plus b square, 1 square. So square square root cancel, x plus 2 x power 1 over 2 plus 1. Now you integrate integration of x plus 2 into integration of x power 1 over 2 plus integration of 1. Integration of a constant number, x will come. So x power 1 plus 1, the same power will come in the denominator. Here x power 1 over 2 plus 1 and 1 over 2 plus 1 similarly come in the denominator, and the one derivative is x plus c, constant of integration. So here x square over 2 plus 1 over 2 plus 1, that is 3 over 2. So this 2 will multiply with this 2. So we get 4x power 3 over 2 over 3 plus x plus c. So this is the required answer. Come to the sixth part. In sixth part, again you open it with the help of formula. First term square plus second term square minus 2 into first term into second term. First term, second term cancel, minus 2 will come. So x dx, 1 over x dx minus 2 under root dx. Remember one thing, this will same power 1 will be added, so 1 plus 1 x square, and the same power will divide. 1 over x integration is natural log of x. Remember, natural log of x derivative is what? 1 over x. So integration is the antiderivative. So means that 1 over x integration natural log of x minus 2 x plus c. So this is the required answer. Now come to the next seventh part. You have given 3x plus 2 divided by x1 over 2. So this x1 over 2, x power 1 over 2, first we divide on the first term and then on the second term. When we divide it with the first term, 3x power minus 1 over 2, by mistake it's written 1 over 2, so it is minus 1 over 2, and plus 2x power minus 1 over 2, minus sign will come in the power. So here by mistake negative sign is not mentioned, so you write it negative sign and then you do it by yourself just like the previous question. Come to the eighth part. In eighth part, you have given under root y into y plus 1 over y. Look, this under root y, when we shifted, here they take the they multiply with under root y, but this under root y when we shifted in the denominator, so it is y power 1 minus 1 over 2, so it will be 1 minus 1 over 2 is 1 over 2. This we will get directly, no need to do this step. Just this under root y shifted in the denominator, it will be y power minus 1 over 2. When the base is same, 1 minus 1 over 2, so you get this under root y. Now this under root y divide with the first term and then divide with the second term. When we divide with the first term, so y power 1 over 2 shifted in the numerator, it will be minus 1 over 2. So 1 minus 1 over 2 is 1 over 2, and this is y power minus 1 over 2. Now take the integration of the first term and then the second term. In the power 1 will be added, the same power will come in the denominator. In the power 1 will be added, the same power will come in the denominator plus c. So it will be 3 over 2, 3 over 2 plus minus 1 over 2 plus 1 is 1 over 2, 1 over 2 plus c. To write its reciprocal, it will be, because if something is in the denominator, it will come in the numerator. So 2 over 3 y power 3 over 2 plus 2 over 1 y power 1 over 2 plus c. So this is the required answer. Now come to the ninth part. Again, you have given two terms having whole square. So you open it with formula a square theta under root theta square. So under root and square cancel, so theta will come minus 2ab, 2 under root theta into 1, so 2 under root theta, and 1 square is 1 divided by under root theta. Now this under root theta divide with each term, with theta, with under root 2 under root theta, with 1. So when theta divide by under root theta, so you shift it in the numerator, power will be minus 1 over 2. So 1 minus 1 over 2 is 1 over 2. And here under root theta cancel with under root theta, we get minus 2. And here theta will shift it in the numerator, minus 1 over 2. Now take the integration. When you take the integration of the first term, in 1 over 2 plus 1 will be added and the same power will divide. And this is constant, with constant just d theta d, and integration means 1 over d, so that will cancel, so theta will come with 2. And here minus 1 over 2 plus 1, and the same power will divide, plus c, constant of integration. So you add them, 3 over 2 you get, and 2 theta you copy as it is, minus 1 over 2 plus 1, 1 over 2. So it will come in the numerator, 2 over 3 theta power 3 over 2 minus 2 theta, and 2 theta power 1 over 2 plus c. This is the required answer. Now come to the 10th part, just like the previous part. In previous part you have given theta, and here you have given x. So first term square minus 2 into first term into second term, under root second term square, square root cancel, x under root x. This under root x divide with each value. When you divide with each value, you will get this term. Then you take the integration of first term, power 1 will be added, minus 2x will come because d and integral will cancel, so x will come, and power 1 will added in the same power you divide, and c, constant of proportionality. This is 2, not 3. By mistake, it's written 3. It's 2, not 3. So you will get this required answer. Now important integration. If you have exponential function, you know that in derivative, what will you do? When you took the derivative, so the exponential function will come as it is, and you take the further derivative of the power, that will multiply. This you done in derivative. In integration, what will you do? The same exponential function integration as it is, and the value, the further derivative of its power will come in the denominator. Just remember this. In integration, in derivation, when we take the exponential function derivative, so what will we do? The exponential function as it is, then further derivative of the power, and that derivative will come in the coefficient. But here in integration, the exponential function integration as it is, the exponential function, and then you take the further derivative of its power, that further derivative value will come in the division, not in multiplication. Come to the ninth part. In ninth part, you have given e power 2x plus e power x over e power x dx. This e power x will divide with each value. When divide with each value, when you shift it in the numerator, it will be e power minus x. So 2x minus x is x. This one cancel, it is 1. So integration of the first term, ex dx, integration of 1 dx. So look, exponential function integration as it is, further derivative of x dx over dx is 1, so no need to divide 1, so you write it as it is, and the 1 integration is x, and c is the constant of integration. So this is the 11th part. We have 11th part in question number 1. So I hope you will understand it. If any difficulty, you can ask in Zoom meeting class. So try to do some part of question number 2 and the remaining inshallah in next lecture. So question number 2 is, if you look at the first part, in first part, in first part, you have given dx divided by under root x plus a plus under root x plus b. Such type of function, if it come in the derivative, if it come in antiderivative, in both cases, first you rationalize it and after that you solve it. So with the conjugate of this term, you multiply and divide. The same term with opposite sign, you multiply and divide. So this will come in the numerator. In the denominator, if you consider this is a, this is b, so a plus b, a minus b, formula a square minus b square. So square root cancel and you get x plus a minus x minus b minus x, and plus a cancels, you get a minus b. Now 1 over a minus b is considered is constant, so you take it out, the integration of the first term and then integration of the second term. So integration of first term, you know that in power 1 will be added. If you take the further derivative, it is 1, so no need to write it. The same power you write it in the division. Here again, in power 1 will be added, 1 over 2 plus 1. By mistake, it's 1 not written, so you write it 1, 1 plus 1. So that is 3 over 2, and here 3 over 2. So 2 will come in the coefficient. So 2 over 3 is common, you take it common. So x plus a 3 over 2 minus x plus b 3 over 2 plus c. So this is the required answer. Now, before going to start the next question, here you have again some integral, important integrals. When you have tan inverse x, its derivative, you know that 1 over 1 plus x square. 1 over 1 plus x square, and its antiderivative of 1 over 1 plus x square is tan inverse x. Because integration is the inverse process of derivative, derivative of tan inverse of x is 1 over 1 plus x square, and it's 1 over 1 plus x square, integration is equal to tan inverse x or minus cotangent inverse x. Similarly, sine inverse derivative is 1 over under root 1 minus x square, when we have 1 over 1 minus x square under root, so its integral will be sine inverse x. Similarly, 1 over x under root x square minus 1, integral will be secant inverse x or minus cosecant inverse x. So in second part, if you check, you have given 1 minus x square 1 plus x. This is improper fraction. Remember one thing, when you take the integral, first you convert it in proper fraction. How can you? Because the power in the numerator and the denominator same, so first you convert it in proper fraction. So 1 minus x square divide by 1 plus x square. So multiply with minus 1, we get minus 1 minus x square cancel, so we get 2. So minus 1 plus 2, the answer will come in the whole minus 1, and plus the remainder divided by the divisor 1 plus x square. So in this minus 1, integral is x, and plus 2 1 over 1 plus x square. This is the derivative of tan inverse. So integral of 1 over 1 plus x square is tan inverse x plus c. So this is the second part. In third part, just like in first part, first you, if you have such type of value, under root value in the denominator, so first you rationalize it. We rationalize and multiply with its conjugate, so we get this term minus x plus x cancel. 1 over a is considered is coefficient, integration of the first term, so in power 1 will be added, the same power will divide, integration of the second term, power 1 will be added plus 1, you write it here. and the same power will be divide. So we get this. So 2 over 3 is common. We take it common and we get the required answer. Inshallah, from fourth part up to so on, I'll discuss in the next lecture. If any problem related to this exercise or this chapter, you can ask in Zoom meeting class. Take care. Allah Hafiz.